Good morning! Today I'm going to be doing a book review on Joyful, the surprising power of ordinary things to create extraordinary happiness by Ingrid Fetell Lee. I'm a little bit under the weather, so I'm going to be looking at my computer screen for a lot of this. But yeah, welcome to my first book review. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it helps if you are deciding whether or not you want to read this book. So, Joyful, the surprising power of ordinary things to create extraordinary happiness is a psychology book written more like a memoir, actually. We follow the discoveries of the author, Ingrid Fetell Lee, as she travels the world in search of answers to the question of what is joyfulness and how does the world around us affect our ability to obtain and retain joy. Now, I generally liked this book. It was easy to read and understand. More importantly, it didn't feel like a psychology textbook, which was really nice because while I love psychology, the textbooks are really dry more often than not and really boring and cause me to fall asleep. My only major issue is that I can't seem to read more than 10 pages before falling asleep, but that's more on me than it is on the book itself. There's not a lot of cons for this book. It's just been republished in softcover, which is the version I have. Hardcover has, I'm sorry, I'm blanking. My sister let me borrow her version. It has sprinkles on it, and I can't remember what else. But yeah, it was just republished in softcover. Each chapter is roughly 30 pages long. However, I did feel like the book left me with more questions than answers. This book feels in many ways like a primer for a course on joy or joyfulness. And there are even worksheets at the back that help you find ways to bring joy into your life, which adds to this feeling. The biggest appeal for me was the fact that every major concept in the book was broken down into smaller sections that helped explain a facet of the larger chapter ideas. Each chapter is a different concept or theme that joy can be built from. I especially appreciated that each chapter built upon what we learned in the previous chapter. Moreover, that throughout the book, Fetell returned to previous concepts to show how they interact with one another. The introduction explains what set Fetell down the path of writing this book. Then we start with a chapter titled Energy and follow Fetell's adventures and discoveries to the end of the book with a chapter titled Renewal. Overall, I generally recommend this book to others. It is a fun read and is full of knowledge delivered in delightful storytelling. We meet multiple people from different fields who study how to build joy into their lives and to try and help others do the same. We get to follow Fetell around the globe as she searches for joy in celebrations, hotel rooms, and communities. I have read multiple books in this style where it's half workbook or book of learning, half memoir. I've read multiple books in the field for writing, like creative writing, or more scientific books that have this specific creative nonfiction style. For me, these work. They work well. They give the information they want in a way that's easily consumable to people who are not wanting to have to read a science textbook. From the first revelation of the ancestral link between bright color and ripeness to the simplicity of the S-curve, this correlation is held true. Joy evolved for this express purpose of helping to steer us toward conditions that would encourage us to flourish. It is our inner guide to the things that animate, stimulate, and sustain us. Put more simply, joy is what makes life worth living.